Hi guys, and welcome back to Keep It Glossy. Okay, you know what? I'm sorry. I can't help it sometimes. And I know I can't sing, but I'm happy that you guys are back. So, let's get started. There I go again. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, so if you checked out my last video, you would see that I went to Ulta and I did a haul. So I thought for me being back, because I've been on a little hiatus again, I would do one of the new makeup palettes that I got. So we are doing, Maneater. So let's get started. All right, so as always, we're going to prime our face. Then we're going to get our eyes ready. So put a little foundation on a little brush and put that on your eyelids and just pat it in. Okay, so tonight we're going to change it up a little bit. Usually, as you guys know from my other videos, I go from dark to light, but we're going to mix it up some and you'll see how. So let's go ahead and start with our first color. All right, so for the first color, we're going to start with this one here called Enamored. So let's go ahead and get some on our brush. We're going to go ahead and just put it on our entire lid, just like this. It's light, and that's okay. We just want to have it down really as a base. All right, now for our second shade, we're going to go dark. So we're going to pick this color right here called Moody. So go ahead and get some on your brush. And we're going to go ahead and start at the end. Just tap it on just like this. And at this point, you want to kind of gauge how high up you want your shadows to go. I think where it's ending right here is a pretty good height. So just tap it in at the end, just like this, and smooth it out. And move it over towards the beginning of the middle of your eyelid. Just like that. Okay, so now that we have our second color on, first on top of the base, this is how it should look. Don't worry about any excess that's fallen. We will clean that up. And as usual, it might look crazy now, but trust the process. Okay, so for our next color, we are going to do Heartbreaker. Look how awesome the texture is on this color. I love it. I love the texture on some of these shadows. All right, so go ahead and wet your brush with a little primer water. And let's go ahead and get some shadow on this brush. Okay, so let's just go ahead and put it right next to this color right here. Go ahead and lightly swipe it on right in the middle. And define your line up top as well. Okay, so this is coming on a little light, so you might have to be a little bit more aggressive with getting the color on your brush. But once you do, this is how it will come out. And this is actually, I'm not a fan of gold in general, but I love this. And now you can start to blend it into that first color, just like this. Okay, wow, I'm really loving how this is coming out. So let's go on to our last color. All right, so for the last color, we're going to do the one up here called Insatiable. So again, get some primer water on your brush and let's get started. Okay, and we're going to go inward and blend into that gold. So go ahead and start on the inner. Define your line up top and just fill in. Just like this. And start to blend it into your gold, just like this. Okay, and these are your colors. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up anything that fell. And I'm also going to see if I want to define some of the colors a little bit more. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to add some more gold. And I'm also going to add some more on the outer, that color Moody. So I'll do that and I'll be back. All right, so the next step would be to put your falsies on. I have lash extensions, so what you want to do if you have lash extensions, just go ahead and fluff them up a little bit, make them look neat, and put your falsies on at this point if you have falsies. After that, we're going to go ahead and do our brows. Okay, so for our brows, we're going to go ahead and brush them. And then I start at the beginning, and I'm just filling in any bare spots. So I start at the beginning, and I'm just gently drawing in any bare spots, just like this. And I do that all the way to the end of the brow. Okay, so now that our brows are done, let's go ahead and do our eyeliner. So let's go ahead and eyeline our waterline. And to make it pop a little bit more, I put some black matte shadow on a brush like this. And I'm going to go over top of my liner. Okay, looking good. Okay, so now that that's all set, I did get a new foundation with that haul that I did. It's still Maybelline Fit Me, but this one is dewy and smooth. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on, and I'll be back. You go ahead and do the same. Okay, so that actually went on very smooth. I am pleasantly surprised. And so far, I like it. All right, so for our next step, let's go ahead and put on our blush. All right, and again, I am going to use one of the new colors that I got. So this is Ulta Beauty, and the color is Retro Rose. So let's go ahead and get some on our blush brush. I have a new fancy one here. And add some on your cheeks. Ooh, okay. I like the color. And some on the nose, just for fun. Okay, and as always, the last step is lipstick. I, as usual, am going to do this step off camera, but I will show you what I'm using. So it's Too Faced Lady Bold, and here's the color, which is Rebel. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on, and then I'll be back with a finished look. And here is your finished look. I love it, and I think the palette is great. I can't wait to do more looks with it. Well, as always, thanks for joining, and always remember, keep it glossy. Mwah.